what we're going to do here is we're going to cut a radius for this island. So first thing I'm going to do is screw this bench just hold it in place. I got 2 screws in there. Okay, now I've got it set up for my radius cut. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Alright, now what I've done is took a piece of masonite and I've attached it to my router because I don't have a jig to do this, so I kind of made a homemade jig. It's a very simple setup. Got the router on there with a straight cut bit, and then this, I had to make an extension on this because I originally used it to do a shorter cut. Okay. Then on the table, I've measured back from the outer edge back there 33.5 inches. I found my center mark from side to side. And this piece of plywood I'm using had a section already cut out over here. So I had to measure from this point. Measure my widest point, found the center, and my center is 33.5. And then from the outer edge, I put my plywood out there where I wanted it to start. I'm going to come in 33.5 inches. Then on the router, I measured 33.5 inches from the center of the bit to a center point down here. And I'm going to put a screw in here, and I'll be able to do a perfect circle. Hold on a second. Okay, so here's my setup. I've got a screw on the center mark, and I came in 33.5 inches from down there. My router is way out there on that edge. And I'm going to start routing this tabletop. And I've got my glasses on, but I don't have my safety glasses because I left them on the job. So you have to be careful. Use safety glasses. Alright. I'm going to go in a clockwise motion with this. Alright. Okay. I'm actually having to cut through the joist on this bench work. So I had to do a couple of little passes to get through this 1x. So it should Okay, now I have to get on the other side of this bench work. I'll come down here. Okay. All right, so now you can see we've got a half circle cut out for my bench work. The next one I'm going to do is cut one out right here in the center so I can get a deeper walkway. And that will give you an idea. What we have here is right there. Now, this one, this half circle was pre-cut by another guy we did a layout tear out and this was left over. But I made this circle earlier right there, the half circle. I cut out using the same method and I'll be doing another one here. Okay, the next one, the width of my aisle is 27 inches. So I have to have 13.5 inches is going to be my radius. Now, I want this end radius to be about 31 inches deep. So I measured 13.5 from the 31 inches to here. And I'm going to put a hole right there, pilot hole. Then on the router jig that I made, I measured back 13.5 inches from the center of the blade to here. I will put a pilot hole there. Enjoy your fingers. Someone did that recently. Okay. Then I got a little drywall screw here. And you gotta be careful doing this so you don't drop your router on the floor. I have to line up my screw with the pilot hole that I made. Don't do this with loose clothes either. I just noticed I have a loose shirt on. Don't do it if you're drying either. Okay. Now you may notice that I have started on the wrong side there. So I have to spin this around because I want to go in clockwise direction. So I'm going to spin this around to the other side here. Now you'll notice this thing will kind of balk. It's going good and then it gets to a point where I don't like to cut anymore. And that's because I'm going through, the router is going through these eye joists. And this is what happens when you build in an afterthought kind of way, I guess. I could have cut these things out on a different place, but I figured this is a nice table to do it. I don't have room in my garage right now. Okay, so here we go. Next router cut coming up. I'll try not to get too much in the way of the video here. There's our cutout. Just throw that on the table for now. And here we have it. Now I'll patch that little spot in there, or do scenery around it, whatever. Doesn't matter. So there we go. And if you were to look here, we have this peninsula, and then we have this peninsula down here. There we go. That's the layout room. Okay, after I cut my radius, I have my benchwork extended out too far on these curves because when I was originally doing this, I wasn't sure where my curves were going to go. So when I did the routing, I cut a groove here and I cut a groove here. So that'll be my guide on where to saw to cut these extensions, these joists off. This L girder is going to have to get cut. This leg has to be moved, which I've already started. I've already done that. I put a leg. Oh, hold on. Put a leg right here. So that other leg I'll be able to cut out. And sorry for the jerky video there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just use a miter box saw to cut this off. That's the next project. I'm going to follow this line. Get really close. Could have used a Sawzall, but I'm too lazy to go to the truck and get it. And that saw works out really nice anyways. Okay, so then the next thing will be saw this one, and then to saw, let's move the camera here a little bit, saw this off right here to get rid of this whole extension. Excuse me, get rid of this whole extension right there. And that will pretty much take care of my support for the first level on this radius here in this peninsula. I still got a little bit of cross bracing put in, but it's getting pretty sturdy as it is. Alright, I'm going to saw this. Make sure you got some kind of eye protection on. If you attempt this, you could use a Sawzall for this. Okay, not very straight. I'm going to straighten that up a bit. Alright, get this out of there. So, there we have it. That peninsula is looking pretty good. Bring it up here so you can see. I've got a really cheap tripod, so it doesn't like to do pans and stuff. I loosen the nuts on it and stuff, the wing nuts, and it still moves really hard. So, but that's where we're at now with our peninsula. Right there. We're doing L girder construction. Very basic, easy to do. In my case, it was really easy to do because somebody gave me a bunch of this wood that they had laid out in their basement. If you look on my YouTube account, you can actually see the tear out. This is L girder. That's the L girder system there. Goes right down here. Yep, you can't see that. Again, need to pan down a little. Okay. There's the L girder system, like this. Sets down here, and then the joists set on it. They're just screwed in from the. It's easy to screw them in. You screw in this section here from below. Makes for a pretty sturdy bench work. It's getting sturdier. Eventually I'll attach some support to the floor, and then we're going to have the mushroom. We'll loosen this up. Going to have the mushroom up here. There'll be another level up there for the mushroom. And got that door from an old shack of mine that I was renovating. I call it a shack. It's a little house I'm remodeling, going to rent out. And so there's the peninsula there. And then here's the other section. There's another peninsula right here. Comes up. This is along the back wall here. And as you can see, here's this other peninsula I was talking about right here. Now I'm gonna try doing some spline road bed and stuff, so I'm not gonna have this whole thing filled in with flat pieces of plywood. These plywood pieces I did cut this one using a router yesterday. Most of this stuff was just donated to me, and you can see that in the previous video of mine. I don't remember what it's called. Something about the end of a layout or something on my YouTube channel. That's where we're at.